This is Take on Knowing Media, where we believe knowledge is limited, whereas knowing is limitless. Welcome. Our mission is to explore the esoteric, withheld, hidden, obscured, and misunderstood human events, heroes, and planetary history to date, to uncover and share the truth and raise the human collective consciousness during this time of planetary ascension. Today's show will shock you if you have eyes that see from the heart and a soul that knows the true meaning of we are all one. Today, you're going to meet a real angel, one that walks among us on earth, unrecognized, save by a choice few who have been lucky recipients of his limitless care for humanity's children, especially their families and communities that he has chosen to take under his wing and vastly improve their quality of life. He is in the form of a young man, and his name is Issa Al-Hassan, and he lives just outside the town of Tamale in northern Ghana. That's what Jabuni has been doing for 7 years now, selflessly, without remuneration, helping, teaching, helping, educating, helping, loving the people, especially mothers and their children he so willingly assists. Jabuni earned the money he needed to become a nutritionist so he could educate the women and children of the communities just outside Tamale, Ghana, where he lives, to help improve the crippling malnutrition and severely stunted growth of infants due primarily to unsanitary drinking water. There is also a lack of shoes in general, and young women have no sanitary napkins and therefore do not want to attend school and suffer humiliation if they should bleed through their clothing. This results in early marriage for the young women, as parents cannot afford to keep their children past early adulthood. In one of the communities, the water supply has been cut off due to a broken pump, and the women and children must walk 10 miles there and back to get water, which leaves the children exhausted and unable to concentrate or even stay awake in class. Jabuni has been working with the mothers in several communities, teaching them about nutrition, personal hygiene, and how important it is for mothers to have loving skin-on-skin contact with their babies, especially as infants. He walks from community to community every day, holding classes and working with families and one-on-one with mothers. He has also taught the mothers that they must boil the brown water full of human waste, especially during the rainy season, and use leaves as a barrier for cooking their food, only to use the vapor from the boiling water to avoid disease. Their birthing rooms are abysmal, consisting of a gurney and some plastic basins. The midwife in the photos you see now is risking a lot for allowing Jabuni to take those photos, as those in control would rather not have that information made public, and she could face losing her job or imprisonment or both for doing so. Jabuni himself risks imprisonment and mistreatment for communicating all he has to me, which further proves his angelic nature and heroic bravery. This is something we will discuss when I bring him on the show. Please join me in welcoming Jabuni Al-Hassan to Take on Knowing Media. Jabuni, a great heartfelt welcome to you from us, wherever we are watching you, coming from Tamale, Ghana. How has your day been so far?
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. We thank God. Everything is cool. We had a rain this afternoon, so everything is cool and the weather is normal.
Very good. At least that is good. Okay, so Jabuni, tell us a little bit about your background, please, especially how you became a registered nutritionist. I understand that was not an easy road.
Thank you very much for this opportunity to be part of this great media. And I'm very happy to be part of this great organization called GPM.
Yes.
Actually, I'm called Issa Al-Hassan Jabuni, and I'm living in Tamale in the northern part of Ghana. I started my education at the age of 13 years because my parents were they don't have money to take care of me. to go to school. So through at the age of 13 years, I have to struggle to go to school. While doing farming with my parents at the same time. 2008, I constituted successful. My result was very good, but I did not have resource capital, money. I did not have money for me to go to school. So I have to be in the house, helping those who are also attending GSS and SS, teaching them freely or just doing it freely for them so that they can also grow up. So at 2012, I applied Yendi Health Assistant College, and I was lucky I had admission. So my mother had to do well and support with my father and my sisters so that I went to nursing school, the health assistant at Yendi, and I schooled from 2012 and completed at 2014. During my schooling at Yendi Health Assistant College, I started to develop the heart of doing this work for the community. So when we're on vacation and we are doing clinicals, I have to move to community to start to do this work small, to educate the mothers how to do exclusive breastfeeding. But then I wasn't having much knowledge on nutrition. But when I started it, was a one community nurse who was working in Dajawo Chief's compound. So I involved myself with her. She was teaching me small whilst I was doing clinical. So there, I get to learn from her. So after completing 2014, I have struggled. I couldn't get support. And you know, Ghana is difficult for government to employ workers. So I have to be in the house. So finally, I struggled and I have to get more money. I went to College of Health at Kintampo 2018 to study nutrition. That is where I went and studied the nutrition. So I started studying nutrition at College of Health at 2018 and I completed on 2019. So whilst I was doing it, whenever I come home, I have to schedule myself with the communities to do the health education on mother to mother. I call it, I have the group of women at the mother to mother support group. Then I'll educate them how to breastfeed your child, how to do exclusive breastfeeding, how to start complementary feeding at the age of 6 months, and then educate mothers on personal hygiene. And I also educate pregnant women on personal hygiene, how to keep themselves well, how to eat nutrition food so that you have enough blood, so that you will not give birth and you have delivering problems like there will be anemia in pregnancy, or you give birth to the child and the child will have other developed diseases because the blood is not enough for the mother. So during that discussion, a lot of women had advantage to learn from me so that when they are pregnant, they know these are the food that they will eat to stay healthy, to look successful. So I was doing it in the community, whilst I also screen the children to see those who are malnutrition so that I can educate the mothers the food that they're supposed to do to the children so that when they eat it, they can recover. So during that, because when I did not start, most of the community, there were a lot of malnutrition cases. Some of the mothers, they give neonatal death was very common. Anemia in pregnancy was very common. And then most of the communities, they did not know how to keep themselves personal hygiene, particularly if you are a pregnant woman, how you're supposed to clean yourself neat when you are to deliver, you know, when you have white and you deliver, the white can infect the baby. The baby, the white, when the baby is coming out, the fluid that comes from your private part, when it gets into the baby's eyes, it can make the baby blind. It can affect the baby's color of eyes so that you see when the baby is sitting, you'll be closing the eyes like this. It's all from the infection the mother, when the mother has the white, that's what we call gonorrhea, whilst giving birth, it can easily infect the child. So I educate them how to keep themselves away from all these things. So I started it for long. That is how my education begins. And that is how I get to learn more whilst I'm educating them. So these are the things that when I started schooling, this was how I get to learn and then to develop the heart of being a nutritionist. And God willing, when I went to the College of Health, I was able to pass successful. And I have my certificate as nutrition officer, diploma in nutrition officer. And I'm still doing it in the community. And because the water aspect, when you come to the community, you see most of the communities, they don't have pipe water. If they are dealing with, they're only depending on the damp water. So the damp water, and the communities do not have toilets. They are doing free education. So I advise them, particularly during season, when it rains, the water carry all the fishes to the same damp water that they are fetching. So when you fetch the water and you come home, you have to boil the water, leave it for it to settle so that the particles on the water will settle down. Then you filter it and keep it in a very hygienic container so that you and your children will be drinking. And I also advise them, if you are going to farm or wherever you are going, get a cup, boil the water, filter, put it on the cup. When you go, when your child or your baby needs water to drink, so that you can give the baby water, but don't go to the farm and fetch the dirty water to give to the child to drink. So all this now be educating them, and whenever they are to cook, they should make sure that they boil the water before they use it to cook food. The same thing, they have to do what? Boil it and leave it to settle before they bath it, because when they bath the water like that, normal, most of the kids have skin rashes, and the mothers too have skin rashes, skin disease and other things. But when they started what I told them, they have not been getting it again. They don't have that skin rashes and other things. And I can tell you, when you look at Ghana, particularly in the northern part of Ghana, out of 10 children, 6 to 8 are always minority children. But God willing, the communities that I've been dealing with, it is changing. The number is changing in that community. It's changing. You can see most mothers now know this food I'm not supposed to give it to my child at this age. This food I'm supposed to give it to my child at this age. And the mothers also know, when I'm pregnant, I need to eat well. I need to eat this food so that I can be good. My body can be good and my system can be working very well, so that the fetus that I'm carrying, the fetus will be healthy, so that I can deliver successful.
We talked about some of the biggest challenges your community has in the preamble. So can you briefly describe them to the audience in your words?
Yes, thank you very much. Actually, the main is the water. The water is a very key problem in the communities. When it is raining, the damp water is there for them to boil and use. But when it's not raining, the damp water will dry up. They have to walk for long distances. During that time, no young girl from the age of 10 up to 15, 20 can have access to school again, because they have to follow their mothers to go and fetch the water. So first, we don't have the good water. The water will also put stop to the girls to continue their education, because when they follow their mother to long distance to fetch water, by the time they come out, it will reach around 10 or 11 or 12, and they will become tired. When they even struggle to go to the class to study, when they reach the class, they'll end up sleeping in the class because they are tired. And the same damn water that we are drinking, because there is no toilets in the communities, they are doing open defecation. Everything goes to the water. You can imagine. And we only have one rainy season a year. And it's always rain only 3 months. When the 3 months ends, then the rain will also stop. So most of the girls during that time, they can't go to school. The thing is that here the poverty level is very high. So most of the girls, their parents don't have money to support them to go to school. Some, when they are even going to school, they don't have money to buy sanitary pads. So when they are menstruating, it becomes a shame on them. Due to that, most of them doesn't want to go to school. And it has forced us a lot, because we have early marriage and teenage pregnancy, very common in this society, because when the girl refuses to go to school, or when he doesn't have money to buy the sanitary pad, and a man just lied to him that heard that I will give you money to buy the sanitary pad, the man end up using the girl without doing the right thing. So the girl become pregnant. So it costs us a lot. The water situation is cost us a lot. And another thing is that because parents do not have money to take care of their kids to go to school, because when they are going to school in Ghana here, you're supposed to buy your school uniform, your father's supposed to buy a school uniform, buy your shoe, buy your books, buy you pen, anything. Even when you are going to school, your parents have to give you money. When you are hungry, you buy food. They don't prepare food for them. So all these things the parents are supposed to do. You can imagine, and they don't have money. They only do small farming. And when it is dry season, they will use the small farm that they get to feed the family, and which will not even survive them. So most children, because of this, they end up becoming dropped out from school because the parent cannot afford to buy the school material for them.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Tell us about how much time do you dedicate to the community? That I know that you're doing this all on a voluntary basis. You told me that the government told you they don't have money to pay you to assist your communities. I know that you've been doing this all from the goodness of your own heart. So tell us how many hours a week, what your typical week looks like when you are working with the mother-to-mother programs that you run.
Thank you very much. Actually, I do it because the communities are many. I choose a days for them. So normally when I go, if I'm to meet this community, for instance, let's take Sanga. If I'm to meet Sanga as a community, we normally meet after 1 o'clock. Sometimes we meet morning around 9 o'clock, and I can spend more than 1 hour, 30 minutes with them. Depending, because I want them to understand. When I tell them this, I have to ask them questions, and I have to give them opportunity. If you do not understand something, or if you want to find out from any problem that you have, so I have to give them opportunity until they themselves elicit their opportunity and they feel that, oh, now we are okay. Then we will depart. Then we will meet the exactly day that we are going to meet the another time again. So mostly I sometimes spend more than 2 hours with the mother-to-mother support group. But there are many, there are communities are many. And I do go. I will go and meet them. I'll tell them I'm coming. They will prepare for me. I'll come, we will sit, we will discuss. And I will go back to my community. But normally the time, if I didn't get spend time, but at least 2 hours there, I always spend with them.
So you go do different communities pretty much every day?
Not every day. We settle the date. Like this community is every month. This community is for Monday. This community is for Tuesday. This community is for Thursday. This community is for Sunday. This community is for Saturday. Depending on the day that we settle for each community. Sometimes the community might not get the time, or it means that there is a problem, or maybe somebody passed out in the community. When there is a funeral like that, you can't do that thing. So we have to reschedule the date for another appropriate day that we can do it. So
yes.
That is how I.
Yes, but you yourself, you work every day.
Yeah, for me, when I'm sitting down, I do study on my phone to see certain things, or even when I'm walking and I see you with your child, or maybe you are a pregnant woman and you are having, or you are eating something I know it's not good, I'll just stop you and tell you, and I'll give you more education about what you are doing, and I'll advise you on that. So me, always, I'm ready to work if I get that opportunity, or if I see a problem, I will not leave it to pass by me. I have to talk to the person. That one day, I'm always ready to do that.
That's incredible. Thank you so much. Jabuni, you sent me pictures of a pump that was broken, a water pump. Can you tell me where that water pump is, what community that water pump is in? And that's the situation that we're going to try to focus on fixing in your community. So tell us more about that water pump and how it will change the community if we're able to fix that water pump.
You see that you see that when it cannot do nothing, it has spoiled. It has spoiled, so there's no water cannot come out. So they are appealing for support so that they can do it. They can buy the pumper and everything and come and do it so that they can get water to drink again.
Borehole from that I stand on the picture is situated at Sanga. It was done for them in the year 1995 by Canadian missionaries who came to Ghana to study about the geography and other aspects of the country. They were just coming for us to study, and So they did it for them, but the pumper has broken last year. Since they did it for them, it never broke. They were using the water, they were enjoying the borehole water, but it had to be broken last year. So they are dependent on the dam. And when the dry season, the dam dries out, they have to move to different communities to search for damp water to fetch.
How would it affect the community if this pump were fixed? This is how many people does this pump service if it was pumping clear water? How many people would it affect?
If it were when it was working, it was supporting two communities because Sanga and Kunjanga are close to each other. So when the Kunjanga dam dries up, they will also come to join Sanga people and they will fetch that only one borehole. So about almost 5,000 population.
5,000.
It's about almost 5,000 population because
Wow.
here they give birth a lot. If the population this year like this, next year definitely it will change. And then, so when the pumper broken, the young girls dry season, they're supposed to follow their mothers and go and look down from different communities. So by the time they come, it's time to bath and go to school. It's almost late. So it's affecting them. And the damp water they are drinking, because they are doing this open station, is everything was the damp water. So before, even after boiling, if they did not do boiling, then it will affect them. And the boiling, they have to even cut down. My problem is that they are cutting down the trees that will support the land and everything to do firewood or to do charcoal to boil it. Without that, they can't get fire to boil it. So meaning we are destroying the afforestation to take care of ourselves, which is very bad because as the trees are not there, definitely rain goes with trees. And if we don't have tree, erosion always forms. And you see the fertile of the land will also destroy because as you cut trees, when it rains, the water washes away the fertile of the soil, then it causes erosion.
So you know that I've created a GoFundMe and published your direct address if people want to send items like sanitary pads or shoes or anything else to you that you feel that the community might need. Are you ready, as we discussed, to oversee, to manage any aid that comes through? And are you prepared to follow up with me with videos to show your progress for our audience members and for people that contributed to helping the communities close to Tamale?
Yes, thank you very much for this great question. I'm ready to do that. Like if for an organization for everything to become successful, you have to be transparent. You have to have your documents. So anything that you send to me or any donation comes to me, those people that supposed to receive it, I'm going to share it to them and take documentation with videos and pictures to send it back because you need to do things with evidence so that people who support will be happy and know that what they have given out, it is not it has not gone to somebody's pocket, but it has really reached those who have the use of that thing so that they will also be happy and then they will be blessed by God's mercy.
Absolutely. Perfect. That's what we're going to do. So a couple of last points. Jabuni, you first reached out to me after you saw my video with Lee Mudway, visionary and speaker for GPMS.world. GPMS being a global movement that strives to put everyone on an equal financial footing globally, and at the moment is in its infancy. So why did you join GPMS? And do you see us moving towards a new financial system? And if so, do you see this financial aid that will come in the next little while as a result of our interview here today as a temporary solution, or how do you see it overall?
Thank you very much. I see being part of first when I see the group, I was and I read the models of everything. I was very affected, and I said, wow, this will change the whole world, because few people are losing or benefiting, and the rest are poor, suffering. So I said, this organization is a perfect one. The whole world is supposed to join so that they can change the bad aspect of life in the world. And being like this GoFundMe that you have done, it's a temporary one. But what GPSN is coming out, when they are able to become perfect, I think nobody will suffer in the world, because everybody will be rich and everybody will enjoy the resources. Any nation or country will not be for few people to benefit, whilst others are suffering. So that was why I said I was very grateful to come across this great opportunity platform, and I quickly joined it because I know it is fantastic, and it is going to be fantastic forever in this world. Trust me.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. From your lips, as we say, to God's ears. So through your efforts, Jabuni, you have grown to become a speaker for your local communities, where officials have hijacked funding they were receiving from Canada and other countries that was meant to be dispersed among communities such as yours. Are you personally fearful of what may happen to you should these authorities find out what you are doing internationally to help your communities?
No, I'm not bothered about whatever will happen, because I have to say, God give you knowledge and brain and wisdom to share with your surround or your neighbor and your community. So I believe that what I'm doing, even if anybody is going to stop me, I will not give the person opportunity. And the communities themselves will never allow such things to happen. I know since I started it, it's not easy, but I did not give up, because I have to work. Nothing good comes easy. Because the governments upon governments have been collecting donations, and they only come and put it on inside their pocket, share it with their family. They don't want some of us to speak so that the world can hear us. And we are ready to do a lot, to expose a lot, because few people are enjoying, and then the majority are suffering. And I'm one of those who have come out to fight for the majority, to make sure that whatever I do, whatever I see, my voice should reach far, so that the world can look at things and then see how they can change, so that everybody will be happy, and everybody will be living, and everybody can enjoy the life successful. So I'm not bothered whether the government or whatever, whoever will try to stop me, and nobody can stop me. Only if I pass away, if I die. But if I didn't die, nobody can stop me. Even if you put me in cell and I come out, I'll continue to do the right thing, because we need to save each other. We need to save each other. We need to support each other, to live together as one brother, one sister, and then one family.
Jabuni, you are an angel, and I am so honored and so happy that you reached out to me, and I am overjoyed to be able to try to help you. And I pray that our work together, bringing this information to people of what you're doing and the need in your community for the mothers, the children, for the families, will reach their ears and their hearts, and that we'll achieve our goals and be able to change the situation in your communities. So
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. No problem. So as a recap for our audience, I have decided to go all in and try to help Jabuni's community get the clean water they need, and the sanitary pads the young girls need, and some shoes, I hope, to make a massive difference in their lives. That would be a start to put that community on its feet again, and adjacent communities. As you heard, the population that would be affected by the clean drinking water is about 5,000 people. I personally and publicly vouch for Jabuni and his integrity. I pledge to continue to make videos with him to show you exactly what the funds you provide for his community's benefit will do, as Jabuni himself, as you heard, has promised to manage to have the water pump fixed, needs a repairman and someone to man the pump, and to distribute sanitary pads to the mothers of the communities for their young women to use, and shoes for everyone, whatever we are able to receive. Anyway, so we'll see what comes through. Please help us reach our small financial goal that will go a very, very long way in Jabuni's community, and get these families clean water, sanitary pads that will prevent the chronic suffering of vaginal infections and other issues in young women. And if possible, some shoes. You can contribute through the GoFundMe. A link is in the description below on this video, and also the address, the direct address to mail items, sundries, etc., to Jabuni in his hometown just outside of Tamale in Ghana. So to conclude, we are all one. Where my sisters and brothers are lacking, I will strive to ease that lack and unburden my own heart, knowing that I at least helped one child, one family, and hopefully, in this instance, a whole community and an earth angel with your help.
With our same problem. In fact, Shanga people really appreciate your filter, but the donkey cannot fetch water and feed the whole 1,001 community. Look at the children at my back. Some of them are not wearing clothes. Some of them are wearing the clothes. It's not our making, and we never wish for them to be like this. But it's because we don't have water to wash their clothes, and sometimes we don't get water to cook for them. So please come to our aid and help us.
This water, most of our people will fall sick, especially the elderly ones and that of the younger ones. And we are appealing to well-meaning Ghanaians and beyond, those who are willing to help us, especially NGOs or any type of organization that's willing to help us. We are willing to receive them to come and do the help. We have a lot of challenges. Our future leaders, in fact, the people that we say our future leaders, especially the younger ones, their life in danger because the water, they don't have access going to school. They have to go far distance water to bring for them to drink and bath. The water in which we are fetching far away from our community during dry season. The moment it stops raining, within the next 3 months, we are short of water. Because of that, our mothers and the little girls have to go far distance. Those who are supposed to be in school early morning have to move away far distance to get water, which is affecting the academic work of these small young ones. And we are appealing to well-meaning Ghanaians and beyond, those who are willing to help.
God bless and thank you for your time and generosity of spirit, kindness, and caring towards your fellow humans, Jabuni.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. In fact, I'm most grateful. This is just a very wonderful day. And I believe and hope that more and more is going to happen so that the world can see. Things are hidden. People are hidden things, but we need to make it known so that we can solve each program together. I think 2 heads are better than 1 head. When we are together, we easily find solutions. But if you are alone, you find difficult to find solutions. So ideas, when you bring ideas together, you get things easily done. So I'm very happy, and I will send this my thanks and my heartfelt to you. You are very fantastic and excellent. You know how I'm with you. And I hope and pray that this will continue. And for me, I can say that we are myself and you are now one. That is how I feel. So I feel that we are now one. So in common things, in everything, even though we are part of each other, because what we are doing is more than what I receive or what I feel, what I grow up to meet is fantastic. and I don't know the amount of word that I can use to describe what you are doing. You are very good, excellent, and then there's no word that I can use to describe you. Only God who can pay you. Nobody can pay you in this way. Thank you very much for this opportunity. And God bless you, give you long life, health, and strength to
Thank you,
continue this that you are doing.
Thank you, Jabuni. We will continue. And you brought tears to my eyes. Yes, we are definitely one. So I look forward to our next video where we can show the audience what their donations have helped accomplish in your communities. Thanks to
Thank
you.
you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye for
Yes,
now.
yes.
Thank you,
Thank
Jabuni.
you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Bye for now.